Hello, this is Rebecca here with Create with Rebecca, and today in this video I wanted to show you how I create these dashboards using vintage style girls. Basically, I've been adding these girls. I've been adding them to journals and to my Christmas planners and things like that. And I started using them in the dashboard of my planner, and I just think they're so cute to look at. Now, how I get these ladies is, I'll show you real quick. I'm going to put this aside. Is I buy, anytime I'm at estate sales or at antique malls or at trade days or anything like that, I pick up these old patterns. Now, I do not sew clothes. I have tried, and I'm not a great seamstress at all. But I just love looking at the girls from these covers. They're just so classy and so cute, and especially I really like the vintage ones. And so what I'll do is I'll pick these up, and a lot of times they run from like $1 to $1.50. And what I'll do is I'll go take them down to Staples or Office Depot, and I'll have prints made. And then from the prints I do fussy cut. And I'll show you real quick on this one. Let's see if I have her in here, but this one I printed out and then I already cut her out, and I'll do, like, I call it fussy cut because you just kind of have to cut along the lines. And then for the arm piece I use an X-Acto knife to cut that out. So, and I kind of put it on heavy cardstock so it's easy to manage and work with. But I've really enjoyed adding them to the covers of my planners, and so I wanted to kind of just show you the process, how I do that. This week I'm doing a yellow and blue theme. I've already cut my dividers and my dashboard down. Sometimes I'll make the dashboard a little bit bigger, but I went ahead and made it this size. So what I'll do is I'll get my dashboard out, which is just basically a piece of cardstock that I cut down. Now I've laminated my dividers, but if it's a real heavy cardstock, I prefer not to. For one, it adds more thickness to my already thick planner, and then also it will sometimes having a thick paper, the laminating just doesn't quite work as well as what I'd like it to. So basically I start out with her as the center, and I kind of just pretty much almost all the time I'm gonna have to like cut off the lower part of the legs, and some of these are fine because they're showing the dress, so they won't have the legs in there anyway. And then one of the other things I like to make sure is that I don't hole punch move her too close to the edge to where I have to hole punch her arm. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take out one of these dividers from my past week, and I'm going to go ahead and punch this out so that I have an idea where to place her. Now I do have a 6-hole punch, but sometimes when I'm working it's just easier just to use my single hole punch here. Oops. So I'm going to go in here, and then what I do is I like to add like a background, and a lot of times I like to kind of put a quote or things here. And I've already pulled out a couple things because again I'm doing like blue and yellow, but I'll show you how I kind of do that. I have this little box that's full of just bits and bobs of paper. I love the Carpe Diem papers because they have a lot of florals, or this Echo Park paper. This was in the January kit that I had. But it has like the florals on the background, and it also has, like, this would be a cute little piece to add also if I was using some green. But these are Project Life cards, and so I'll use these little journaling cards to kind of add some texture, and and sometimes I'll put like a paper doily in there. So this is a box I just kind of keep a Mod Podge of different things in. And I went ahead and selected these two pieces. This was a Project Life card, and I loved, you don't see much of the blue like this. I mean, I like that dark blue. I don't use it very much, but I really wanted to add that to, I guess because she has the blue in her hat, so I really wanted to pull that out. But I found this one, I must have used a piece of it as well. So I found those 2 pieces. And then I also like to add like a tag, and I thought that since spring is happening this week, right, March, I think that's true, I wanted to add it feels like already warm spring here, but I have a little bucket of tags that I keep, and these particular tags, I even like the polka dotted one. So if I wanted to come in here, see, I'm already getting distracted on what I had in mind, but I just keep these little bits and bobs of tags. Sometimes they're papers that I've used, but I really like the pattern and I don't want to keep them, but I just kind of keep these in here. I didn't see that. Sometimes I have that. I'm going to pull that out because we may look at that. I'm going to look at that for quotes. I was looking through my stickers for different quotes to use, and I didn't find any, but I didn't see this. So let me just look through here really quick. Fancy, that's cute. Working with a personal size planner, you are limited. I mean, I've thought about moving to an A5, but I just like the where I can put in my purse. So I like the personal size, and all my planners that I have typically that I use for my day-to-day are all personal. So I would have to restock and resupply myself. I'm going to save these 2 little flowers out because those are yellow and blue. And that might be quite expensive. And I'm content. I'm happy with my personal size. So, moving on, I guess what I'm saying is sometimes you're limited on the size space that you have for your covers. But I'm going to keep that polka dotted one out, and I'm just going to kind of play with this like this. I had thought about doing, was it that? It seems like, oh, I did this. That's what I did. Yellow, I kind of planned this out before I got on film, just to kind of get an idea so I don't spend hours trying to make a decision. But I thought about kind of doing this as a background, adding the florals, and then adding a tag. But I was going to do Hello Spring because I like that. And I like all that kind of stuff hanging out. I think it looks really cute. Tag wise, you know, even if I did like double or something, but I'm not going to do that. So we're going to put that aside for now. We're not going to use that. And then it's basically just gluing it down. So I'm going to come in here again. My favorite glue that I use is this Extreme Elmer's. I had my aunt, hi Aunt Patsy, if you're watching, she likes to watch my videos, and I love that. And but she was asking my mom that I had mentioned that what my glue that I like to use, and this is the glue. This is, usually you can get these at anywhere, like here I kind of go to Walmart, or yeah, pretty much Walmart, and they're like 2 of them for like $2.59 or something like that. And I like them because they're strong, and when you glue, they're not going to come, it's not going to come apart later on. And with planning and things like that, especially like scrapbooking, I don't want to have to worry about, let's see, how did I have this? I don't want to have to worry about it coming apart, you know, where it doesn't quite stick. I'm going to have to trim that off because I stuck it down too quick, and this stuff does stick, so, which is easy. I'll just come in here and cut that out like that. And then I'm going to glue her. You know, this is also something I could use my sticker making machine on because she's thin enough, and that would be a quick, easy way to get her down as well. But I just kind of add this along the edges of her, making sure I get along the edges because that's really the part you don't want to come up. And then I'm just going to add her in there, making sure that she's doesn't get her arm in the way of the punch holes, which she's perfect fit for that. And then I'm going to come in here and trim off her legs area like that. Isn't she cute? She's all that little sassy thing. Now, and I'm going to come in here and add this to the front. There we go. And then, since I put these little flowers out, I'm going to add these just over here like that. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. This is going to be my dashboard that I look at. How cute she is. Hello Spring. And I'm going to add that to the front. So just real quick on how I make my dividers again. Let me go ahead and come in here and punch these. And typically, like I said, I would use my 6-hole punch. I see it over there. Let me see if I can do that. What I'll typically do is make sure I line these up correctly. I'll just stick it in here, and you can kind of tell, like in there, you can see where the hole punch is. See how that one hole punch? So I make sure I line it up. And then I just put these in here. Like that. And I punch. And then when you're laminating, it's always, you gotta make sure that you have enough room on your edges, and you've got to make sure you really get it in there. Like that. See, I think I might have too much at the very top there. But it's punched, it's done. I've got them right here. Put her aside. And then what I do is I come in here and I take my round hole punch, and this is like a scalloped edge, and I just punch out of an kind of coordinating cardstock. And then to match them up, let's see here, am I going to have her, was it this way? I think it was like that. And I just come in here, and I know that some people are very, there's a bug flying around me, very big on having it just perfect, and I am too. So I'll just kind of come in here, and I'll just put like a little dab of glue to make sure that I can move it quickly as I go down the line here and add these to here like that. Okay, and then I want to make sure that they're all even. What's cool about the stripe ones is I can just equal it up to the stripes. And then I'll come in here and add glue onto the back and reinforce those. Add the scallops up. Like that. And I'll do that for all of them. And then you can, if you don't like your handwriting, or sometimes I type it up and I will glue my, I have 4 areas that I keep in my planner. I use daily, weekly, monthly, and notes. And I will just go in here and write them in there. I think my husband's home, which means they're going to come in and make a lot of noise, so, and they don't know I'm filming. So if you hear it, I may have to pause here and come back. They've been out at the, we have a Renaissance Festival thing here, and they've been out there all day. Okay, let me pause and I will be right back. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so I had to close down for just a little bit because my family came in. We had dinner. We went and got orange leaf ice cream. And in the meantime, I also had filmed the closure, and then I realized my camera was not on, or it didn't film right. So I apologize about that, but I did want to kind of show you my completed planner setup really quickly. I left off with putting these little daily, weekly, monthly, and notes tab, and I can show you those really up close here. And basically what I did was I just add little bitty stickers from one of the Happy Planners sticker books that look like this. I don't know if you've seen them. I've got this from Hobby Lobby, and I know they have them at Michael's too. So I just found some little blue stickers to just kind of make those stand out a little more fun and whimsical. And so here I have my whole dividers, and then I'm using my blue Recollection personal size planner, and this is like a really, like, not a royal blue but not a light blue, and I love it with against the yellows. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in here. I haven't done my weekly setup just yet, but if you follow me on Instagram, I'll be posting that. I probably usually in the week sometime. I'll post that. And then basically over here I just added just yellow and blue clips, and these are just like bows and little ribbons and this little sunshine and little cloud, and then some little handmade ones that I made using felt and tulle and a pom-pom. And then also what I like to do is add just like a little quote here, because in your Recollection it's just a plain front here, and I just kind of like to slip a little quote in there that you can open up to. But I hope that you enjoyed the video, and again, my apologies for having to break away, but this is but really what I wanted to show you is how I create a cover to, a dashboard to my planner. And this is something that you can cut out, you know, from magazines, or you can cut from books or things like that, and add anything you want to the front to make it you know, whimsical and fun. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.